welcome back to Winchester Ranch for Sunday brunch. And I'm here with the little man. So this is Parker's world. So I'm not sure how this is going to go. It might be a disaster depending on how he is. He's very mouthy at the moment. So just a little introduction to this little fella. He's now just over 3 months old. And when I put the mares with Champagne High, our stallion, I first put Promise and then I put Chinook. And it was always the plan to keep the firstborn here on the ranch due to the fact that, well, it's just an incredible piece of history, really. If you think about it, these horses left Spain 500 years ago, and he's playing with the fork. And these strains, these bloodlines, this foal is, I think, the first foal to be born within 200 to 300 years. So we're talking about something incredible. And often when I look at him, just going about my daily chores, all of a sudden it will hit me just how incredible it is and what we've actually managed to achieve here in, although 5 years of, like I said in my previous lives, of blood, sweat and tears. It's actually, I think, probably not a short space of time, just felt a lot longer. Can you hear him? And when Chinook went in with, well, when Promise went in with Champ, which is his name, it was a love affair, an absolute love affair. It was beautiful to watch. And when we put Chinook, and I will go into more detail on that when we do Promise's little introduction. And when I put Chinook in with Champ, she is a maiden mare, so it was her first time, and it was just like, oh my God, what are you doing? What was that? It was, he's a gentleman. There was never any force, and there was never any aggression from him. He got a little impatient with her because she kept running away. But her face, or her being, her energy was definitely, you're not coming anywhere near me with that. But obviously he did. And when I then took her away from Champ and put the boys back together and regained the balance here with the mares together, I knew from conception that this little man here was going to be a boy. I felt it, and her behavior told me. She became very stallion-like, and I think that was the surge of testosterone. I'm no breeding expert in the sense of the science of it or the biology of it. It was just from day one, we just knew this was going to be a boy. And it turned out it was. The plan, though, and this is where I want to take it on this little talk into your horse interactions. I had a plan. Put Promise with Champ first. They were together for a week, 10 days. They definitely, he definitely covered her. It was very obvious. Take Promise out and put Chinook in. Like I said, the plan was always to have the firstborn remain as part of the Winchester Ranch family due to the historic importance of the foal being the firstborn. Whether he goes off and does breeding, or obviously now he being a boy, I can always breed him with Promise, but whatever the future holds, he will always be my boy. He will always remain as part of the Winchester Ranch herd. And because I felt that I would have liked Promise's baby to stay here. And yet, Promise took but lost her foal within the first 2 or 3 months, which it happens. And Chinook remained pregnant, obviously, and had her little baby, who was a boy. And my other thought was, I would like a girl. So the bottom line is, I didn't get what I wanted, as in my plan, but I definitely got what I needed in this little fella. And the learnings and teachings that he's been able to provide due to a lot of circumstances in his first month, which in Parker Diaries on our Rewild Your Horse Spirit Patreon page, which goes through a very exclusive, very detailed diary of his life. If you hop over there and want to subscribe and support her, that would be fabulous. And you get to find out exactly why the first month was difficult and complicated and not anything that I planned in the way I wanted to interact with him for various circumstances. And like I said, if you want the full detail of that, then please pop over to the page and subscribe if you feel like it. So basically, this was for me a huge lesson or a huge reminder in whatever you want and whatever you plan, be prepared to accept what you get and work with what you have. And it's not just about horses, it's about your life. It's about how you deal with circumstances that arise in front of you and how you deal with them. And how you can face anything. I mean, this is not anything big deal. He's beautiful and I'm happy. But there are things that happen in life that are huge and are not planned and have a huge significance and huge impact on how you move forward. And I think how you deal with those, how you react to your reaction to those moments, will feed back also into your horsemanship. Are you able to regain balance when something you're faced with is not exactly how you wanted it to be, and it can be huge? How do you then react to that? How do you rebalance yourself? And I will go on to balancing in much more detail on a future live, because it is a huge subject, not only physically but emotionally and mentally. And a lot of the times when I speak about balance to my students, their very first thought is, okay, physical. She's talking about, you know, sitting up, shoulders back, looking forward, looking where you're going. And it's important. Absolutely, it's important. But what is very key is also the combination of the mental and emotional part, because if you don't have those, the physical is just one element. And the physical balance, your health, and your emotional balance and your mental balance, whether it's your mental health and how you balance and control your emotions. And I don't mean controlling as in blocking. I mean how you manage the way you feel to create a positive outcome for yourself is hugely important, and will certainly have an important and big impact on how you react with your horses. Bearing in mind that your horses are emotional beings and they feed off how you are feeling. You know, the way that they read you from a distance is just incredible. So if you're going to come in with balance, emotional and physical and mental balance, they will be more balanced, they will be more open for communication. So that is really what I want to leave for you today. And little man has bobbed off over there, as you can see. I have a ball in here because he is very into everything that I'm doing. So I'm trying to get him interested in playing with something else. And this goes back to why the plan also was to have two, because I don't think it's good foal management just to keep breeding one at a time. I think they develop and they are better balanced horses if they are allowed to have a much more natural childhood, if you like, or foalhood, and that includes playing. That includes playing with other foals. And it was certainly the plan to have two, but well, it didn't work out this breeding cycle. I took a decision not to put the promise in with Champ this spring, because I wanted to wait to see how Chinook dealt with her first foal, and it will clear them both to go together again this coming spring, so 2022. So fingers crossed we will have two foals. Fingers crossed, even though I've got no ends. We will have two foals the next time round so that they can grow and develop together. And we can add to the horses to this breed and keep them safe for the future. So on this beautiful, glorious Sunday morning, that is what I'm going to leave you with. And I hope that you all have a wonderful day with your loved ones, with your horses, and don't forget to connect to yourself so that you can connect to your horses. Your relationships are hugely important, and the one that starts is the relationship with yourself. So take care. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.